Okay, so video number 2 about Drake. Um, this basically has to do with a lot of the questions that I'm going to be asking the ladies at the maternity clinic. Um, well, these aren't necessarily questions, but we've decided that we're not going to do Lamaze. Lamaze is that that coping technique during labor that involves a lot of really silly breathing, where you have to go shh, 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 and it's just terrible. And I already have anxiety as it is, so you know, I'd probably hyperventilate and pass out. So we decided we're not going to do Lamaze. We'd like to do the Bradley method, which is it's complicated, but basically what it turns down to is it's husband coached birth. It's training for more the excuse me, it's more training for the husband to help with like massage and just different things to help the mother through the birth. That he's going to be the advocate for the mother, so the mother can focus on the whole labor process and birthing process, and he takes care of everything else, which is a lot of responsibility, but so is birthing. That's a lot of responsibility. So Greg's 100% on board for it. He already has experience in massage therapy. He went to school for it. So this is something that he's really looking forward to, because this makes him really, really, an integral part of the entire process, instead of just the guy that sits next to me and hopes, he doesn't get punched. So unfortunately, there's no classes that are offered about that here for some reason. It's only on the West Coast. So we're just going to read books and watch videos and ask when we go to our prenatal classes if they have any information on that they can go over. So it's not just a Lamaze thing. So yeah, we decided on that. We've decided that I'm going to breastfeed, not just because it's best for the baby, but because it's free. I mean, if you do formula, you're spending like $800 to $1,200 a year on, and you can hear Riley going to the bathroom, on just formula, and it's so much cheaper to just do the breastfeeding. And yes, I know it's going to hurt, and yes, I'm prepared for that, and that's fine with me. I can do pain. The only reason we would not do breastfeeding is if I develop postpartum and I have to go on a medication that's going to make me not able to, or if we just have complications. I mean, sometimes that happens. Sometimes the baby it just doesn't work. So we would like to breastfeed, I should put it that way. I would like, excuse me. I want to have a natural birth. I would like for there to not be any pain medicine, but I'm not opposed to it if I have to. If I've been in labor for like 8-9 hours and I'm getting exhausted and it's killing me and I just can't deal with it anymore, I am not opposed to an epidural. But I would like to do it without one. I want an active birth, which means you're not just laying there, you're walking and moving around and doing different positions and things of that sort. And I would like to have it in the water. St. Joe's has 2 tubs. So the chances of me getting one are slim to none. But if I do get one, then that's how I'm going to do it. I want to birth the baby in a tub. And we decided that we would like to have Greg cut the umbilical cord and catch the baby if at all possible. Some hospitals don't allow that, but some do. So that's a question I'm going to be asking the hospital when I go on a hospital tour. What else? Circumcision. We've decided we're not telling anybody what we're planning on doing, because a lot of people have very different views on this. Some people think it's better for the child socially, for social acceptance and things of that sort. There's also a lot of research that says it's really bad for the child. We've decided that we are not going to tell anybody what we decide to do. But we might not even be able to make that decision anyway, because circumcision isn't covered under our health insurance. So we may not even be able to afford it if we wanted it. So that could be a deciding factor right there. But again, we're just not going to tell anybody because it's too controversial. Yeah, my questions are basically like, I'm really nervous about hospitals, because I've heard horror stories of just really bad experiences and doctors not adhering to, a woman's birth plan, and too many drugs being administered, which result in forced C-sections, which I'm not afraid of C-sections. If I have to get a C-section done, I'm not opposed to it, but I would rather avoid it because the recovery time is a lot longer. That's my main reason. I just don't want to be stuck in a hospital for 5 days. But if I have to do it, I have to do it. So I just want to make sure, because I'm not going to know the doctor who births my baby. It's probably going to be a man, which is fine. But I don't get to meet my team before it happens because, I'm not on a great health insurance. I'm just on the regular OHIP insurance, the Ontario Health Insurance Plan. So it's basically you show up and whoever's on duty takes care of you. So I just want to ask the hospital a lot of questions about, what happens because there's only 11 rooms. What happens if all 11 rooms are booked up? Where do I end up? Can I, I know I can't request a tub because I don't know when this baby's coming. So they say March 23rd, but Drake could come whenever he feels like it. So just a lot of those questions, which will, happen when I have my hospital tour, which will probably happen in my 7th month. Right now I'm starting my 7th month. I'm 6 months, I believe. I don't know, 24 weeks, whatever that is. I was 24 weeks as of Tuesday, so I'm really getting up there. So what else was I going to talk about? I think that's it. Yeah, I think I covered everything. So yeah, he's healthy, he's happy, he's kicking, he's hiccuping, he's very, very active, and I guess that's a good thing. Yes, I'm worried about a premature birth, but I don't think we're going to have that problem. I hope. A premature birth. And that's it. So I guess I'll make another video after my appointment on the 9th and talk about what happened there, because we'll probably be able to hear our baby's heartbeat. I have to get a glucose test, which is going to suck. That's for gestational diabetes, where they make you drink that like awful sugary drink, and then they take your blood like an hour later, and if you test positive, then you have to take a big drink of it, and they have to take your blood 3 different times over a course of 3 hours, and you have to stay in the hospital and basically find something to do. Not looking forward to that. I hope I just pass and this is not going to be an issue. But yeah, that's what the appointment is. I think that's the most important thing that I have to do. Maybe give it a little bit more blood to check my levels and stuff. But last time I did great. I mean, I passed everything, so hopefully that happens again this time. So that's about it. Yep, that's about it. Bye.